Fix your life in silence. 6 principles to transform your life. You don't need another fancy spreadsheet or a loud motivational seminar full of clapping and shouting. The truth is, your life won't change when the world cheers for you, but in the exact moment you learn to quiet the noise inside and begin to organize your own chaos. It may sound counterintuitive, I know. But silence, that same silence so many try to avoid, is where your rawest strength lives. We live in a time where everything is loud: notifications, deadlines, outside voices telling you who to be, what to have, and how to live. And in the middle of all that noise, few people realize that real progress happens invisibly. No one sees it. No one posts about it. No one applauds it. But it's there, alone, disciplined, intentional. That's where real change begins. And if you don't understand this, you'll keep running in circles. In this video, you won't find empty promises or magical formulas. What you'll find are principles, quiet rules that guide the minds of those who know how to turn chaos into clarity. If you apply them, you can expect a life that feels clearer, lighter, and more importantly, yours. But heads up, what you're about to hear will challenge you. It'll stir something inside. And maybe, that's exactly what you've been needing. Principle 1. Place yourself at the center of your life. The most powerful changes begin in silence. Outer disorder reflects inner disorder. Organizing your life is an act of courage and self-respect. He thought the problem was the noise around him, but never realized that the loudest noise came from within. The mess in his house was just a reflection of his restless mind, misplaced priorities, and emotions he kept ignoring to just keep going. The truth? You can't move forward until you stop. Silence, the one most people fear, is where transformation truly begins. When the world quiets down, the awakened soul hears the call to return to the center of their own life. And by center, I don't mean selfishness. I mean responsibility. Picture a wheel. If the hub is off balance, the whole thing spins crooked. That's how your life works when you live on the sidelines of your own story. Start with simple but powerful actions. Review your schedule, clean out a drawer, say no to what only takes up space. Small steps, when done with intention and discipline, create real order, not just around you, but deep inside. That's self-governance in motion. Courage isn't about facing the world, it's about facing your own reflection without flinching. Self-respect is asking yourself, what am I allowing to stay messy in my life because I'm afraid to change it? Taking time to regroup, rewriting your story, rebuilding your inner structure, that is the first real step toward transformation. And when you take that step, something else begins to quietly fall away. Principle 2. Quietly let go of what weighs you down. Letting go of what no longer serves you, connections, goals, empty promises, is freeing. Simplicity isn't poverty, it's freedom. Let the world think you're losing, while in truth, you're setting yourself free. He didn't even realize it, but he was carrying way more than he could handle. Every unkept promise, every relationship he held onto out of guilt, it all made the backpack heavier. People often confuse attachment with loyalty, and clutter with safety. But what weighs you down, holds you back. And what holds you back, steals your chance to move freely. Letting go, my friend, is an act of wisdom, not of loss. Take a moment and ask yourself, what am I keeping out of habit, not choice? A friendship that's become draining? A project that no longer makes sense? A lifestyle that only feeds your anxiety? Once again, silence is fertile ground for clear decisions. You don't need to announce your cuts to the world, just let go, with awareness, clarity, and focus. That's simplicity, not limiting, but liberating. While others might think you're giving up, you're actually setting yourself free. It's almost funny, the world judges by appearances, but your real life begins the moment you drop what's been holding you back. And in that space you create, the new can finally arrive. But the new won't show up if your life is packed with clutter. New beginnings need room. And room is made through routine. Principle 3. Master your routine. Small daily actions, done with intention, shape your life. Living in chaos isn't freedom, it's disguised slavery. The Stoic structures their mornings and guards their time like it's gold. Most people think life changes with big decisions. But those who really understand the game know this: it's the small choices, repeated with discipline, that shape your destiny. Waking up a little earlier. Meditating for 5 minutes. Writing 3 lines of gratitude. It might sound too simple to be powerful, and that's the trap. Life is shaped in the details, not the drama. In the invisible, not in the applause. If you don't take control of your day takes control of you. If you wake up already reacting to chaos, notifications, stress, rushing, you've lost before the coffee even cools down. Real freedom is having clarity on what matters and acting with intention. You don't need to run a marathon at 5 a.m. Just choose how your day starts. Books like The Miracle Morning or Essentialism are great starting points. One habit at a time. Your routine is a silent contract with your future. And only those who honor that contract can look in the mirror and say, "I'm building something." And that something doesn't come from motivation, it comes from repetition. Day by day. Even when no one's watching. And as you align your calendar with your purpose, your mind starts to quiet down. And in that silence, balance is born. Principle 4, organize your mind to calm your heart. Emotions out of order block any attempt at organization. Name your emotions and choose what to feed. Real strength comes from within, it's not coldness, it's maturity. You can organize every drawer in your house, but if your mind's a mess, it'll all fall apart again. Anxiety dressed up as productivity. Anger disguised as honesty. Fear hiding in perfectionism. Unresolved emotions are like hidden leaks, silent, but strong enough to bring everything down. The Stoic doesn't run from feelings, he names them, understands them, chooses what to keep, and what needs to go. Sometimes, all you really need is to sit quietly and breathe. 30 seconds. A pause. Observe, without judging, what's going on inside you. Are you angry? At whom? Are you afraid? Of what? Just naming the emotion already takes away its grip on you. Tools like journaling, guided meditations, or mindful walks can ground your mind and soothe your heart. That inner strength, the one people often mistake for coldness, is what separates those who just react from those who respond. When you build emotional structure, the outside world can be on fire, but inside, there's order. There's clarity. And that clarity helps you decide, consciously, what's worth holding on to, and what must be left behind. And in doing so, you'll uncover something even rarer, the courage to set priorities. Principle 5, prioritize without guilt. Saying no is an act of clarity and courage. Letting go of the excess is what allows true progress. Not everything fits in your life, and that's okay. There's a dangerous lie out there, that you need to handle everything, say yes to everyone, and fit into every space. But the truth is harsh and freeing at the same time. Not everything will fit in your life. And that's perfectly fine. Saying no isn't rude, it's honest. It's about protecting your energy, your discipline, your peace. The problem is, many still feel guilty for choosing themselves. Clarity shows up when you realize that every poorly given yes steals time from the yes that truly matters. Want a practical example? Saying yes to pointless meetings might mean saying no to a book you needed to read. Saying yes to forced social events might mean giving up a good night's sleep. It takes courage to cut the excess, but once you do, you'll feel lighter. And that lightness becomes fuel. People might say you're cold or distant. But inside, you'll feel something rare, alignment. You start to understand that focus is a form of self-love. You commit to less, but achieve more. You talk less, but live more. And that helps you look around with new eyes, because what's the point in knowing what you want, if your environment is working against you? Principle 6, create environments that support your discipline. Your environment shapes your mind. Cleanliness, order, and simplicity around you reflect your inner discipline. Every external act of order is a reminder of your inner leadership. It's not an exaggeration, the place where you live, work, and rest deeply affects your mind. A messy bedroom becomes a distraction. A cluttered desk turns into procrastination. A house you avoid taking care of becomes a silent mirror of self-neglect. Your surroundings, as external as they may seem, are a direct reflection of your inner world. And when you tidy your space, you're sending a message: I matter. This isn't about luxury, it's about function. It's not about having a beachfront mansion, but about creating your own corner of calm, clean, and intentional. A minimalist setup where everything has purpose. A tidy desk. A visible goal board. Even the right playlist can shift your energy. You can start small, donate what you don't use, clear out a closet, rethink what you allow into your space. Every external gesture of order strengthens your internal sense of control. It's not about looks, it's about structure. When you decide that your space will reflect your mindset, discipline becomes effortless. You stop relying on motivation and start living in an environment that pulls you forward. And that movement sets the stage for something even more powerful, a reflection that doesn't rise from the noise, but from the deepest silence. You've made it this far, and that says a lot about you. Because not everyone is willing to accept that change begins in silence. Most people keep chasing shortcuts, trying to fix the outside world, while avoiding the mess they carry inside. But you chose to listen. To reflect. And that already puts you ahead of 90% of the crowd. So now comes the real question: what are you going to do with this? Will you close this video and go back to autopilot, or will you apply at least one of these principles today? What drawer in your life needs cleaning? What routine is holding you back? What's taking up space and blocking your growth? Be honest with yourself. And remember, life always charges those who keep postponing themselves. If this touched you, comment below. I choose the silence that transforms. I want to see who's truly committed to their own growth. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. Here, you won't find hype or empty motivation, but you will find the truth few people have the courage to tell. And maybe, that's all you ever needed.